It's a great day for a run. It's not though. Freezing my tits off, I can't even feel my hands. Anyway, I've not done an update for a while, have I? So I'll just pause off this quick run and I'll give you the scoop. So my last video was a sugar-free gummy bear review. You know, I try and do content about cystic fibrosis and try and be insightful, let people into my life. I try and bring people hope and positivity. Anyway, they usually get about 200 views. I knocked out a couple of farts, and we're talking 900 views. So I did consider turning my channel into some sort of fart recording channel, sell out for the fame, power and money. One of my last official Kaftrio updates, my lung function was ridiculously high. I started thinking that came after doing a ridiculous amount of exercise and pushing myself every single day. I got to thinking, what about when I'm 86? I'm not going to be blasting the gym every 4 seconds and running, am I? You know what I mean? I've been in a Zimmer frame by then, some sort of motorised wheelchair. I'm feeling great, and I've got a little bit of a pain in my side which I'm monitoring at the moment. I don't know whether that's to do with Kaftrio or the fact that I was doing squats, me and with, and I started dicking about, jumping left and right and doing loads of sexy dancing while I was doing it, so I might have injured myself. So wait to see how that plays out. Other than that though, I'm feeling pretty fantastic, even without doing half as much exercise as I would. And to be honest, I've not had to do any airway clearance because I felt so clear. So what I really want to test is, I've done a little bit of a run today, I'm going to go home and I'm going to do my lung function on low level exercise for the past about week and a half and see if it makes any difference. When I'm 59, I'm not going to be arse running every day. Probably still do weights just to maintain the chippies, but other than that, it's not realistic to expect to do working out for the rest of your life, is it? So let's see what it does when Chris is being lazy. I don't know if you can see, it's actually snowing. So apologies guys, there's not much ceremony with this one because my camera's messed up and it didn't record my first bit before I'd done my lung function. So I've already done it. Now I know what you're thinking this has been a crap update. Chris, why don't you go back to doing what you're good at? Fart videos. When I was working out really hard and doing loads of running, I managed to get this lung function, and I'd probably say since that video I've stepped it down quite a bit, so it's probably more like two weeks where I haven't actually trained as hard and probably done less exercise and sat around and watched Netflix more. And my lung function today is 106, and I got 103 and 101. So realistically, if I get free like that, I'll take the 101, just in case the 106 was an anomaly. I don't think it was, but I'd rather start bragging about 101% rather than 106, because I don't know, it just feels better to do that. So the point of this video for me, and hopefully I've got it across to you guys, is I wanted to make sure that if I didn't exercise, that my lung function would maintain itself. And obviously you'd have to go through years of testing to fully see whether it would or wouldn't. But I feel like it's quite a promising thing that since I've stepped down my exercise drastically, my lung function is still up there and potentially higher. So the medication still does some good, even when you're not out and about and you're not moving around, which, to be honest, is probably pretty obvious to most people. But to me, I like to do tests like that just to make sure in my head I don't feel like I'm sacrificing my health if I skip one run one day, which I will usually do, to be honest. If I don't exercise for a week, I feel guilty in my head that I'm letting myself down. But at least this just takes a little bit of that off and shows you that you don't need to be the running man, Mr. Motivator, every second of your life for this drug to work. So guys, take it easy, stay safe, and obviously a lot of you have gotten Kaftrio now and we've been talking in the comments. You'll notice that I reply to every single comment with a massive essay, because in general, I just love talking. I love hearing about what you guys are doing, and I love doing these little updates. So yeah, keep me posted on what you're doing.